Hey there, YouTube. Today I'm going to go over my thoughts on the Paladin base tree on the left. It's only going to be this side for this video. We're going to discuss all of the spells, abilities, talents, and then we're going to compare them, if able to, within WoW right now, World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I do main Protection Paladin within Mythic Plus, and I main Retribution Paladin within Raid, so I like to try to be up to knowledge on both specs, so I can give out, my best tips and tricks on them. If you want to catch me live at all, you just catch me live at twitch.tv/Casatos. So we're going to be starting again on the left side here. On the top, it looks like you get for free. You have to bring it. Lay on Hands, Paladin's most useful, life-saving ability that we can save a healer, save ourselves, save the tank, save etc. etc. And then you've got Blessing of Freedom, movement and parity, pretty good. And Hammer of Wrath. I actually like Hammer of Wrath when we got a baseline in Shadowlands, especially for Ret. It helped fill that kind of gap towards execution phase, because Paladin towards the end of fights for melee would sort of just drop very quickly if they didn't talent into Hammer of Wrath, because you've got warriors who have execute and a bunch of other classes that do increase damage, like hunters, they do increase damage at a lower health pool. So it was nice that Paladins had Hammer of Wrath that allowed them to fill a gap, fill an opener. Fill a gap within an execute phase. Did a lot of damage. It was fun. I'm happy that we got a baseline. Going down the road, we've got Aura of Resolute. We got Consecration Aura, Devotion Aura. Consecration you're probably going to bring for PvP. Devotion you're going to bring it for Raid. You're going to bring it for Mythic Plus. Only if you don't have a Holy Paladin. If you have a Holy Paladin, they're going to be doing Devotion Aura. You can feel free to take the one on the right. Aura of Swift Vengeance. Retribution Aura. Retribution Aura got a bit of a... looks like a little bit of a buff. So in current WoW, we can see here how it reads is... current WoW, it just reads, when any party or raid member dies within 40 yards, you gain Avenging Wrath for 12 seconds, which on its own right is already a ridiculously strong spell to begin with. So I'm not sure why they decided to buff it, because it's already really strong within progression content and the progression tier. So it's good that it got buffed. I don't see why. As you can see, it's NYI, not yet implemented. So it's on the in the alpha build, but the buff is when a party member dies within 40 yards, you gain Seraphim for 6 seconds. And actually, when they lose 50% of that, wow, that's ridiculously strong. That's going to be just OP for Raid in general. When a party or Raid member within 40 yards takes 50% of their health and damage, that's going to happen constantly. People are taking so much, especially the tanks. That's pretty strong. That's like Seraphim up almost permanently at that point, unless you're doing LFR. So that's pretty good. I didn't realize that's how that worked. So yeah, that's worth good buff for that. On the left here, we got Repentance, Blinding Light, CC if needed for Mythic Plus, Blinding Light. You're probably going to bring Blinding Light. Crusader, it's our only ability, just movement speed. These two are just buffs to it. Nothing really much to go into it. Fist of Justice. Looks like we have Hammer of Justice baseline. Hammer of Justice is our stun, our single target stun, which you can read right here. Where did I put you? Right here. So stun the target for 6 seconds. I believe there's a talent right now for Protection Paladin that reduces the CD of... yeah, every holy power reduces the remaining cooldown of Hammer of Justice. Looks like you can actually bring... this is for Protection right now, because that's what I'm talented into. But looks like you can bring Fist of Justice and bring Repentance or Blinding Light. I bring Fist of Justice in Mythic Plus just because I feel like Blinding Light breaks too quickly for it to be useful, and as a Paladin with already having a Avenger Shield and Divine Toll, it's just like a bit of an overkill, and I didn't really see any use for it, especially since it is just a disorient. Not all enemies are affected by either. So that's good that we can bring that. Then we've got Seal of Alacrity, Alacrity? I think it's Alacrity. Someone will correct me. Haste decreased by 2%, but you're good. Then we've got these three. So I like how you can now bring an interrupt, like you can talent into an interrupt, because for this row you can bring. You're probably not going to bring Trineval and Dragonflight, like dead honest. There isn't any undeads that I know of, any aberrations or demons that I can think of in the new expansion, so I'm probably not going to bring that. But depending on how you decide to build this tree out, you can bring Rebuke for Mythic Plus and Raid. And then you can bring Seal of Templar, which is while mounted on your charger under the effects of Crusader, or the range of your abilities are increased by 3 yards. So in Myth and Raid, you're probably going to bring this for probably all 3 specs. And you're going to bring this for Mythic Plus. That's kind of mandatory Mythic Plus. Going here, we've got Avenging Wrath. Just your wings. Wings. Everybody loves wings. Everybody loves wings, right? Like fucking like. Oops. Let's see here. It's wings. Everybody loves wings. It's damage ability, 20% damage increase, 20% healing increase. That could save you. Ward of Glory is increased by that. That too. It's good for Ret too. If you're, rings. Oh, I just took a big burst damage. Fully heal myself. It's pretty good. Pretty good ability. Everyone loves wings. You can't. There's no way you're not gonna be able to bring wings either. You're forced to bring wings. I don't think you can. I think you have to click it, yeah, to get the rest of the talents. Next we have is Judgment of Light. Nice little small heal. Happy Ret got it for raid. It's helps there. Helps. Oh, bring Ret for raid. Small healing, pretty good. I like it. We've got Golden Path, which is an Azurite talent. I mean, not Azurite talent. It is a current a current conduit ability. We can read it here real quick in game. I don't think I'm using it right now, but Consecration heals you 553 every 8 seconds. Pretty decent healing if you bring Consecration down. I know Ret, I use Consecration as like a filler. If for whatever reason I don't have Holy Power, I'll use it as a filler. But it's a decent heal. It's good that they got it. I would probably still bring Judgment of Light since it does benefit other players, and that's a little bit easier to use because you're going to use Judgment as your builder anyway. Here we've got. Oh wait, I think this is different. So instead of it just healing yourself, Consecration heals you and up to 5 allies within 1 second. And then with this, Golden Path strikes the lowest health ally with an additional 50% of its effect. That's probably gonna be what Ret Paladin's gonna bring for Mythic Plus and Protection Paladin. That's pretty good. Going down the line, we've got we'll go down the line here. We've got Holy Aegis, armor and critical strike chance increased by 2%. I'm probably gonna bring that as prot. And then you've got Blessing Sacrifice, mandatory. Bring it. It's part of our utility. It's part of our kit. It's a really good external. You should bring it. You should bring it. Use as much as possible. It's a 2-minute duration. I believe that's how much it is in current WoW. Yeah, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die as Ret unless the tank. You can't. Even if you just can't. You won't die from this. Bring Blessing and Sacrifice. If you're going to die with Blessing and Sacrifice up, you're gonna die anyway. Judgment. This is already baseline for Ret, and Prot I believe has this too. It just increases the amount of damage. Yeah, right here, increases the amount of damage your holy abilities deal. Pretty good. You should use it before your for Prot. It's probably not too of a big deal since you're not really focused too much on your damage rotation. But for Ret, if you can, you should be trying to use Judgment, then your Templar's Verdict, or I actually forgot what it's called. I'm so used to bringing Templar's Verdict, I actually forget what it's called. Beforehand, I'm gonna check real quick. It is called Templar's Verdict. What's it called then? The legendary then. Final Verdict. Yeah, right. Going down the list, we are going to be going to, where were we? Seal of Appraisal. Your damaging holy ability, your damaging holy power spending abilities deal 10% increased damage. Pretty good. You're gonna bring it. Speed and avoidance increased by 2%. You might bring it for Prot. That seems like a very small amount. Here we have 2. We have Divine Purpose and Holy Avenger. 3-minute CD. Your Holy Power generation triple for 20 seconds. I still predict that Ret and Prot's going to be a bit overpowered, where they're going to have too much Holy Power, so I don't really see that Divine Purpose is going to be... Holy Avenger is going to be something that's going to be brought. I still think Divine Purpose, your holy abilities have a 50% chance of making next holy power free and deal 20% increased damage. I still think that's going to be the go-to. Blessing of Protection, mandatory, take it. That's why you brought. We have 2 here. We got Sacrifice of Just, and then this one, after your Blessing of Sacrifice and 50% of the total damage is diverted is diverted is added to your next Judgment cast or Ward of Glory healing. Now you have more of a reason to bring it, and now you have more of a reason to use it. It's so nice. And then we have, after you spend 20 Holy Power, your next Word of Glory echoes onto a nearby ally at 30% effectiveness. I'm sure Holy is going to bring that, and Prots, if we have the talent. I'm not going to build a tree here. I'll probably end up building a tree that I would recommend over on the right side when we do the protection talents. But that's pretty good. That's some good off-healing for protection that already has off-healing. If you want proof of how good Protection Paladin's off-healing is, we are going to open up the Mythic Plus that I did last night, where I did 1 million off-healing on a DPS. Like, that's a lot of off-healing, and that's going to be more off-healing on top of that. So, that's pretty good. Paladins already have a lot of off-healing. And then down the line, we've got, let's see, I'm not even sure, I don't even know what these are down here. We've got Seal of Clarity. Spending Holy Power has a 5% chance to reduce the Holy Power cost of your next Weight of Glory, Light of Dawn, or Shielded Righteousness. I'm not sure what they mean by... Oh, Holy Power cost, right. I was thinking BFA for a second. That's pretty good. But 5% chance is kind of low. That's going to be, what, 15% if you take 3 of it. Doesn't seem that good. Going down, we've got Aspirations of Divinity. I'm not sure what this reads. Now you grant 158 primary stat for 6 seconds. I guess for using these abilities, Hammer of Righteous and Blessed Hammers. Those are Paladin, Protection Paladin talents. I'm not really sure why that's there. Here we've got Avenging Wrath, rank 2. Bring it. 60%, 60-second cooldown. Brings it from a... actually, I think it's 3 minutes by base, and rank 2 brings it to 2 minutes. I believe we can check here. Or maybe not, because since we're max level on Paladin. But rank 2 brings it down by a minute, I believe. As you can tell, I actually took a Word of Turn Evil off my bars. But I probably should, because there's actually Undead and Karazhan. Here we've got, scroll down a little bit. We have, each Holy Power you spend has a 5% chance to cause your Consecration to flare up, dealing medium holy damage. I've never heard of the term medium before used. Dealing up to medium holy damage with the 5 enemies standing within it. Pretty good. Prot might bring it since you're standing in your Consecration at all times. You should be at least, so. And your spells and abilities have a chance to cause your target to erupt in a blinding light, dealing 400. I'm probably going to bring that. I love off-healing as a Paladin. It's so fucking good. So I'll probably end up bringing Touch of Light, just because I love that. Then we've got Hollowed Ground, Consecration's increased. Going down here, this is where we start getting to the fun game-changing bits. We have Seal of the Crusader. Your attacks have a chance to apply a debuff on the target, causing them to take 5% increased holy damage for 5 seconds. Rat's probably going to bring that. That's pretty good. Here we've got Improved Blessing of Protection and Blessing of Spell Warding. Reduction to Blessing of Protection CD. And it's awesome that all specs are getting Blessing of Spell Warding. It never really made sense to me why Protection was the only spec that could bring it. To be fair, it just never made sense to me. It feels like it should have been something that all specs should have had a talented. I don't even remember what's even on that row. We're gonna check. I'm not even sure what's on that row for Rets. I do more Mythic Plus than I raid. I raid for maybe like 4 hours a week, and I do Mythic Plus for the rest of that. So what is on that row actually? We have, which row was it? It was this row. Oh, eye for an eye. Okay, that's probably why. That's probably why. It's alright though. Okay, we're doing that. We'll go back. We only got a few more spells to give my opinion on. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then we have not yet implemented your mastery decreased by 4%. That's pretty good. Times 3 of that. That's pretty strong actually for Ret specifically, since it increases the amount of your holy power. Your mastery increases the amount of damage your holy power abilities deal. So that's pretty good. Here we've got Unbreakable Spirit, which is our reduction on our bubble, reduction on our lay on hands. Prot will probably bring that. And here we've got of Dusk and Dawn. This is a legendary from Shadowlands. Your damaging and healing increased by 4% for 6 seconds for 12 seconds if you're in Dawn. And Dusk, damage taken reduced by 4% for 12 seconds. This was really an underwhelming legendary in Shadowlands. I remember there was a Torghast ability for it. I brought it to just test it out. It's hard. Blessing of Dusk is really hard to get. Especially right now for Ret and Prot, just because, especially for Prot, since it's really rare that we're going to have 0 holy power, because not only do we have Divine Toll legendary power, where it is, I just lay on hands myself by mistake, where we get a Divine Toll every 5 seconds, we get a shield, and then as we're building up, actually thinking about it, in Dragonflight, I forgot, this will be something that we're going to discuss in the protection side, but Avenger Shield doesn't generate holy power anymore. It's still silence, it's still going to be part of your rotation, but it does not generate holy power anymore, so I'm not really sure how that's going to actually affect our ability to generate holy power for Prot. Yes, hi Kat, thank you for being in the video. So I'm not really entirely sure how that's going to work. I would have to get alpha, which I don't have. I'll probably end up getting beta, though. I've gotten beta before. It's interesting. That might be a little bit more useful. I wouldn't know. I don't know how often Protection and Ret Paladins are going to be sitting at 0 holy power. I know you only have to be at it for like a split second for 12 seconds, but I feel like more often than not, I am at more 4. So we'll see. And then we've got the 3 here. We've got Mad Paragon. This was also a Shadowlands legendary. Hammer of Wrath and Judgment deals 10% increased damage and extends the Avenging Wrath by 0.5 seconds. You have to be underneath the effect of Avenging Wrath to get this ability. To get the benefit. Here we have Seraphim and Sanctified Wrath. I think, especially if you're going to be bringing Orbs with Vengeance, I think that you're going to be bringing Sanctified Wrath. Avenging Wrath lasts 25% longer and causes Judgment to deal one additional holy power. I think that's going to be brought over Seraphim. I know right now it's not brought for Ret because of our tier set. It pretty much gives us Seraphim almost permanently. But that, again, it all depends, because Seraphim does cost 3 holy power, unlike Sanctified Wrath, which is just LCD. So it makes me think that, depending on how Paladins generate holy power in Dragonflight, all depends on if Seraphim is brought, Sanctified Wrath. I don't really like Seraphim. I think it's kind of an annoying maintenance ability, but it's a strong maintenance ability, like 8% secondaries. Pretty good, I say. And here's our last one. We got Seal of Order. In Dawn, which is a buff of Dusk and Dawn. In Dawn, your holy power spending abilities deal 10% increased damage and healing. In Dusk, your armor is increased by 10%, and your flashlight heals for 10% more. So that's probably for holy. I believe this is the holy side. This is probably the Prot side, and probably the Prot side, and this side is the Ret side. So I don't know, maybe Holy Paladins are going to take that. We don't know what Holy Paladins have, since right now they haven't actually released the talents for Holy Paladin. As you see, Wowhead has just like either, they have things that are already known, or things that are going to be things that were data mined for Holy. But as you can tell, everything in here is already in the game. There's a mastery, sense evil. Sense evil. Is that in the game? Solar location. It's for holy apparently only. I'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, Paladin in general. Looking at just the Paladin tree, it's pretty good. My thoughts on it, except saying it's pretty good, is they're bringing a lot of what made Paladin, both specs of Ret and Prot, they're bringing what made them really strong in Shadowlands and bringing that playstyle into Dragonflight. So if you liked Retribution Paladin or Protection Paladin within Shadowlands, I think you're going to enjoy them a lot in Dragonflight. But yeah, I appreciate you guys sitting down and watching this 20-minute video with me. I had a lot of fun in creating it here. First thing we're going to check is we're going to check Sense Evil. I didn't even know that was I didn't even know that was a talent or whatever. Let's see here. We're looking the general tree maybe? No, it's definitely not gonna be here. Paladin tree. I don't see Sense Evil and Paladin. We'll check protection. Protection's only this one little this one little page. It's gotta be underneath holy then. No, I don't. I guess we don't have it. I don't know why that was data mined. Maybe it's under here. There it is. Sense Undead. What the hell? I didn't even know that was a thing the entire time. What made me think about it might be listed under the map was because of tracking herbs. That's how you track herbs and nodes and stuff like that. And finding like a nearest mailbox to townsfolk. There's Sense Undead. I didn't realize that even existed until now. I forgot all about it. It's just a little RP thing because Chatterlin's like, we're gonna unprune and bring back RP. Have fun. Cool. They should let this be baseline. They should do something about this. That's pretty good for Ret. That should be baseline. They should do something with Judgment, Hammer of Justice. Like after the stun is after they come unstun, their movement speed is decreased by 30%. I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Next video I will have out is going to be for the protection side of things, which has some really interesting things. I also have some pretty interesting thoughts on it. And then we're going to be going to Retribution, which I have a lot of thoughts on. This tree, I love it. There are so many builds you can do with the Retribution tree. You can bring different AoE builds, different single target builds. There's so much involved in the Retribution tree that I am so freaking excited to discuss. We're gonna do the protection side, just because it's a little bit easier to go through. It's much less talents, it feels like, less builds. But yeah, on that note, thank you guys for watching. And again, if you want to catch me live, I'm going to be streaming today on August 6, 2020, probably from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you can catch me live. I'm going to be doing Mythic plus Dungeons. I actually forgot to bring up Chrome. That's not the right one. I'm loving. So we're going, like I said, this is why I want to do Retribution. Has so many talents. But yeah, again, catch me live. I'm going to be streaming from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, August 6, 2022. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys there. Have a great and wonderful Saturday morning, or whatever morning you're watching this.